9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
SFL night, let's go. Midnight glow, it's time to rise. SFL nights on the starry skies. AJ Striker, feel her heat. The sultry voice, so silky sweet. Whispers in the air, lights down low. Bubbly charm, let the stories flow. In the league where dreams unite. Ashley's got you, hold on tight. Under her eyes, SFL players shine bright. AJ's putting you in the spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, get in the down low. Yeah, in the game, she's making plays. Arizona's queen bee leading the way. A community ambassador, off the field, laying on hands, see it all get healed. From the huddle to the show, Ashley's got that infectious glow. Interviews that make you sway. In her presence, you wanna stay. SFL players shine bright. AJ's here for you in the spotlight. From the field up to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, get in the down low. SFL night, let's go. Midnight glow, SFL night, let's go. Midnight glow. From the huddle to the show, Ashley's got that infectious glow. Interviews that make you sway. In the presence, you wanna stay. SFL players shine bright. AJ's here putting you in the spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, getting in the down low. SFL players shine bright. AJ's here putting you in the spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, getting in the down low. Take turns tonight. Let's go. Turn down those lights. It's Ashley's turn to make you feel so right. Under her lights, as the conversation is about to ignite, it's always SFL nights. Under her lights, let's go.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decide to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. And we are back. We are back. We are back in the swing of things. I took a couple weeks off, kind of preparing for this moment. You know, this is like my 362nd show. So sister needed a little break, and I'm so glad that I was able to do that. We had our SFL convention in Baltimore this past weekend. Amazing time. So I'm actually dedicating this show to, well, half of it. So a portion of the show, of course, we go over all of our week one review, then week two picks. But the latter half of the show is going to be dedicated to people that were actually at the convention that can give us kind of give us their take from different aspects on the convention itself. So if you've ever questioned about, hey, what goes on there? Or is it fun? We got the answers for you tonight. All right. So let's go ahead and get everything started first. And by the way, 2 of those interviews are going to be recorded. So I'm going to have a live portion in the middle. So all of my people that are going to be in the back, what's up, y'all? I see y'all in the back. Thank you for being here. Bring y'all up in a few minutes. My live section is going to be in the middle. And then I have another recorded section that's going to be towards the end where I talk to DJ Kilgannon and Nikki Malello. And they have some explaining to do, especially with what they did to the Detroit flag over the weekend. So I think if I'm not mistaken, I want to say I have that video as well. I'm going to show so we can kind of give the whole grand scope of things. But let's go ahead and get started with week 1 in review. So bear with me, everybody. All right. So week 1 goes as follows. On Friday, July 11th, the Arizona Scorpions took on the Mexico City Aztecs, where Arizona won 20-13. Man, I'm telling you, if you didn't get a chance to watch that game, the heart rate monitors were on both coaches, Coach Eddie Gage and Coach Mike Daggs. It was phenomenal to watch, and it was also scary because I've never seen somebody's heart rate go up to 174 that wasn't in trouble, But then second game of that evening was the Denver Night Wings taking on the Sin City Samurai, where Denver came out victorious 22-7. On Saturday, July the 12th, Detroit Maulers took on the Queen City Corsairs, where Queen City wins 21-17. Carolina Skyhawks goes down at home to the DC Dragons. Man, DC came out victorious 17-14. If you didn't get a chance to watch that game, you really should go to VFN YouTube page and watch that game. That was totally worth it. Exciting to the end. Vancouver was victorious over the Baltimore Vultures 41-17. Man, they will not stop scoring points. Albuquerque Adams won over the Fort Worth Toros 38-3. The Florida Storm took on the Boulder City Steamers and escapes with a win 28-26. Charleston wins over LA 23-20, and Chicago wins over Minnesota 35-17. That was actually one of my surprise games. I didn't actually do a pick'ems for week 1, but I totally would have lost that one because I would have chosen Minnesota to win over Chicago, especially with the changes that they made in their roster. But they found a way to pull it out, so congratulations. On Sunday, final games were the Washington Trident taking on the Houston Headhunters, and Washington wins over Houston 26-17, and then the Lexington Miners wins over the Pittsburgh Riverhawks 34-27. So again, if you didn't get a chance to see any of these games, I'm going to put up the little link for you so you can check these out. You can go to simfl.net, and there are direct links to these games there. And you can also see scores, highlights. You can also read articles. Very nice if you are trying to figure out what this community is all about. So we also have, let me see, I got a message. Hold on one second. What up, Doe? All right, so week 2 picks, and like I said, I'm going through this as fast as I can because I really want to make time for my guests. So week 2 picks are as follows. It will start on tomorrow, July the 18th, where the Washington Trident will be taking on the Albuquerque Adams at 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be going with Albuquerque to win this game. It's going to be a home game for you. And fun fact, week 1, 9 home teams lost. It's crazy, right? So I don't know if home field advantage was a thing, is going to be a thing anymore. But I'm going for Albuquerque to win this one. The Boulder City Steamers will be taking on the Charleston. Taking on Charleston. I couldn't remember what they were. Charleston Predators. And I am going with Boulder City to win this game, even though Charleston is a pretty strong team. I think that Boulder City has a sneaky way of winning, and they will pull out the unexpected stops. So going Boulder City, probably not a large margin, but they're going to take that win. OKC will be taking on the Minnesota Legend. I know Minnesota is absolutely livid about losing that game to Chicago. There's going to be a battle in the Central Division at 9:45 p.m. Eastern on Friday. I am going for Minnesota to win this game. There will be no chance to take a little break, and then we head back up to Sunday. Arizona will be going to Lexington and at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. And of course, I'm going for Arizona to win this game. It will not be an easy win, especially since I saw how Lexington played Pittsburgh. Can't take anybody too lightly, but we're definitely going for AZ to get this win. Chicago will be taking on the DC Dragons at 6:45 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, and I'm going with DC to topple the Chicago team in this one. I think that it's just going to be a matter of Destro has been around for a very long time, and I think that coaching matters, and I think that the best coach in this game is going to win. The Queen City Corsairs will be taking on the Houston Headhunters at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, and I am going to go with the Houston Headhunters on this one. They're going to be playing angry as well, and it's going to be a home game. They typically do well at home. The Florida Storm will be taking on the LA Lycans at 9:15 p.m. Eastern on Sunday as the last game Sunday night. And I'm going to go with Florida Storm on this one. Monday Night Spectacular, 7:20. At 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Monday, Pittsburgh Riverhawks will be taking on the Detroit Maulers, battle in the North. And I am going with Detroit to win this game. I think they're going to be a little upset, even though Pittsburgh has been around for a while. I think that Detroit is going to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. Just week one, guys. So I did see a lot of comments. There were a lot of comments made during the convention about, yeah, we did it. I'm like, okay, calm down, because it is just week one. We still got a whole lot of season to play. So, but congratulations to all of the winners. We're going to see how right I will be with my pick'ems for next week. On to bringing up my guests. It looks like I have mostly everybody in the back too. What's up, y'all? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. What I'm going to do is play us a little bit of Stevie Wonder Master Blaster Jamming while I am getting some pictures up and letting everybody get kind of a brief overview, and I'll bring everybody up after, all right? See y'all in a bit. All right. We are back in the building, and I have my guests coming up on the screen here. Introduce everybody for you. I have in the center Mr. Eddie Gage, co-owner of the Arizona Scorpion, as well as coach, as well as we thought that we might have to call the ambulance because his heart rate was like 130. And we was like, "What? Please don't die." What's going on, Eddie?
Chilling. What's going on with y'all?
Hey, man, chilling, man. Still trying to recoup, man. It was a great weekend, but it seemed like it was a long one too.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Next guest, Miss Miranda Mas. We're from the Mexico City Aztecs. I can't talk right now. I don't know what's going on. What's going on, baby? How are you?
I'm doing good. Kind of like you were saying, though, it's not really that the weekend felt long. It's getting back to regular life. I want to take me back. Take me back.
Let's go back over here. Let's all go home. Next guest, my girl, Skippy. Of course, I have another name for you, but I can't call your name on this,
Don't you dare.
That's just me. That's me and you. What's going on, baby? How are you doing? Over from the Carolina Skyhawks.
Ooh, I am still exhausted.
I'm telling you, man, those late nights, we're not as young as you used to be. You can't be staying up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, getting up at 8 and thinking everything's all right.
Nah, fuck that. I'll still do that shit.
Uh-oh. Make sure I get my, hold on. She's on here. I already know what I got to do. Hold on. Go ahead and put that bad boy up. Did it come up? Let me see.
Every time.
There it is. Yeah.
That's just rude at this point.
Just because I don't know what's right. And last but not least, I have Mr. Lord Destro over from the DC Dragons coming on over. I don't know if you want me to use your government, man, but welcome to the
matter.
show.
Jermaine, that doesn't matter.
Well, it's good to see you, man. It's been a minute since you've been on.
Yeah, people don't know how to invite people on the show, so.
Wait.
We throwing
First
shots
off,
already?
every announcement I put out there is anybody can come. Anybody. I say you want to come on, be on
personal
here.
invite. Okay, all right, my bad. Get him, Ashley. Get him.
What's going on here? I'm gonna sit here and personally invite 2,300 of y'all on here.
Some people just want to feel special.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what Destro is trying to tell me. Okay. I got it now. What's up, Justin? Thank you for being here. SFL Nights, viewer discretion is advised. I need to record that, as a matter of fact, just to have that on standby. But y'all, man, we made it. We made it to another convention out in Baltimore. I have been going to the conventions ever since Atlanta. And so I've been kind of seeing how it grows and everything like that. And it's been a wonderful experience every time. So we want to give everybody kind of a brief overview as to, what went on there, So I want to start off on, now I know some of you got there at different times, which is fine. You can kind of chime in at the day you got there. But for everybody that arrived on Thursday, I want to know how was your journey to Baltimore? Like for me, I was in the back of a plane experiencing turbulence, and the stewardess had to give me some Dramamine. I've never had motion sickness before.
That is not all you experienced on the back of that plane.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And I'm gonna tell it. We grown, and I already put the thing up, so I will say it. So after I took Dramamine, of course, I'm over there feeling nice now. I go to sleep. Next thing I know, this dress that I have on,
I heard that for it.
You have to wear it in a certain, got to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to. Well, mine didn't. So on the plane, I had a little pull to Janet Jackson. Didn't know.
Uh-oh.
I was
Oh no.
beside me. Hey, ma'am, excuse me. Ma'am, you might want to fix your shirt. Oh, I'm
Tuck the
so
shit
sorry,
in.
sir. Now, he was smiling the whole way through, the rest of the time.
He probably took a couple
Cool
pictures before he woke you up.
Mm-hmm.
He probably took a couple
I
pictures before he woke you up.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I don't know. But I'm like, yo, it's just the breast. It's just the breast. You know, we all have, well, all women, you know, pretty much have them. So it's all right. You know, I think we need to be desensitized about it anyway. I just not in that way, but you know. So I got to the hotel. I was greeted by Ramos Lynn, Eddie. Who else was there? Joshua Durr and his brother. Um, I'm trying to remember everybody that was in the lobby when I got there. It was just like hugs all around, like, man, we ain't seen you in a while and all this good stuff. And Eddie had on compression sleeves. I'm like, what the hell you doing with these things on, man? What's going on here? You getting ready to go run track? Something? What's happening? You know? But it was getting there was cool. I will say I had a really nice flight. Dark Vader was the captain of the plane, so he was doing his thing on intercom, smooth landing. So I was really good. When I got there, we went to the Cheesecake Factory after that. That whole scenario was crazy. It was about maybe like, how many of us was it, Eddie? It was like 10?
At the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. About 10 people at the Cheesecake Factory. We had a topic conversation where Eddie and Bo had to go ask damn near the whole restaurant their opinions about a name and everything. It was all crazy. It was craziness. But Skippy, what about you? When did you arrive?
I arrived on Thursday.
Okay, so what was your experience
the easiest way. This was the easiest trip to a convention I think I've ever had. It was not my most fun trip. Riding with the Alls was the most fun for sure. We rode down to Cincinnati, but this one was definitely the smoothest, most easygoing trip.
Dope. So who did you see when you first got there?
I mean, I came in with Curtis and Baby Skippy, and I came in with Cam, and we saw a few people. I saw Eddie right away. I saw Mickey Malilo right away. A couple other people. I don't know. It was a long weekend.
Yeah, it was. It really was. I think like when you arrive on Thursday, if you had like a long trip, all you really want to do is kind of like rest up because you know the whole weekend is going to be slamming from then on. What about you,
there, Curtis broke the escalator, so.
Now, can you explain to me again how the hell how do you break an escalator? Because when I rode up that same escalator, it was fine. And then y'all come in here, and then all of a sudden breaking shit. So what happened?
First, it was not me. This was all Curtis. Cam gets on the escalator with his bag just fine, right? Riding up the fucking thing just like any old normal ass person. Mia gets on the escalator just fucking fine. I get on the escalator, shift my bag, like I'm good. Nothing happens. Curtis gets on the escalator, and this motherfucker, his bag gets stuck inside the track. He's trying to like go up the top of the escalator. This man ends up like surfing up the escalator like this, and that shit breaks.
So, how did y'all explain that to the staff?
I did not. I went, that man is not with me. I'm good. I'm out.
Would have been me.
Oh, nah. Oh my God, I can't. Only Curtis. Only Curtis. I think
Truly.
That's the first time I've known anybody of doing that.
All you gotta do is meet that man once, and you know only Curtis.
Oh my God, Miranda, what about you, dear?
It was an easy flight. We flew in. We left here around 3. We landed around 7:30. Mike picked us up from the airport, and we went and we got a seafood boil together because we were like, it's probably gonna be our only night the whole trip where like it's just us. And it was. So we didn't even meet anybody until Friday morning.
I get that.
Yep.
And Destro,
Easy
you did
Friday.
not get there until Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday night around 7:30.
He left Friday night at about 8:30 before that garage bill went up.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I guess I gotta tell the story. I done told everybody else at the convention. So basically, it was last minute thing. I wasn't really supposed to go that day because my car was in the shop. So I picked my car up at the shop at 5 o'clock. So then I hurried down there. So it takes about an hour and a half to get down there. I live in West Virginia now. So then I get there and I'm driving around. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to find a spot. Okay, well, this one place, they wanted $50. I'm like, well, I'm only going to be here about 2 hours. He said, well, it doesn't matter because the Orioles are playing. Okay, whatever. So then I went and saw our parking spot, for the hotel. It said $15 between 0 and 60 minutes. It's okay. I'm going to go in and say what's up, everybody, whatever. And then I'm going to try to either find some parking elsewhere or I'm going to just head on home. So then I go up there, say what's up, everybody, this and that, and the third. So then I'm like, okay, I'll be back tomorrow, whatever. So I go downstairs, scan a ticket, said 56 minutes. But instead of $15 for an hour, it said 45. So then, me, I'm a cheapskate. So I'm sitting there looking at this like, oh, what's going on? Am I seeing things? Oh, I was like, oh, hell no. Nah. So then the tenant was over there and said, excuse me, ma'am. I was like, I've only been here 56 minutes and that thing says $45. And she's like, well, and I said, well, that sign behind you, look behind you, turn around, it says 0 to 60 minutes, $15. Well, sir, we have an event tonight. Well, what event is that? Well, Orioles are playing tonight. I said, I ain't here for the Orioles. I said, I'm here for the SFL. What's going on in the hotel? I don't care what's going on in the Orioles.
Exactly.
I've been to Orioles games in 1985. I don't care about them. So it's like, I was like, I ain't worried about that. So then next thing you know, she's like on her phone, supervisor. I'm down there like almost 10 minutes. She's like, want to know what to do. She's on the phone, supervisor. Then she gets on the phone with him and she's like, well, sir, can you at least pay $25? I'm like, really? Like the sign says 50. I said, I ain't gonna argue with you. Here's the extra $10. Y'all probably need it more than I do. Here you go. Let me be on my way. So then that's why I was like, man, Mike Dags, he goes, I need someone to pick me up somewhere. So Mike Dags hooked me up. I found a little parking lot around the highway, and he came and got me and dropped me off later on Saturday night. But yeah, that's what happened. I went there Friday night for 1 hour or 56 minutes, less than that actually, and then I came back later Saturday around I think 1 o'clock, 1:30 on Saturday, and I was there till Cam kicked us out at 9:30.
Well, we'll talk about that. As a matter of fact, we can move on into Friday since you've already started. Wait, did I get everybody? Eddie, did I get you?
No, but I'm used to it. It's all good.
Wait, come on.
Don't count this man out. Give him his due.
Go ahead. How was your trip to Baltimore?
I flew out at 12:30 in the morning on Thursday morning. Got there. Well, I flew to Minnesota first, then I flew in from Minnesota to Baltimore. Turns out I was on the same plane that the Meerkats was on, and took a train from what they call it, the rail train from the airport to the Baltimore Orioles Stadium, and then walked like 2 blocks because I ain't paying for shit unless I have to. And that train was only $2. So I walked the last 2 blocks to the hotel. Then when I got there, I was tired, but I need to let out some energy. So I heard that escorts in Baltimore is legal. So I called up the escort service, got taken care of, and took a nap for a while. Then I went downstairs and met up with who I was down there. That was pretty much it.
Now, the devil's alive.
You stupid, bro.
I mean,
No, we're gonna talk about escort service because you had one on Sunday to come up there and see you, didn't you?
I was about to say
what happened Sunday? Oh,
the orgy.
Oh, hilarious. We'll talk about that in a minute. Look, everybody, hey, wow, what's going on? We will talk about it in a second. All right, Friday night, we heard Destro's account from his perspective. So Arizona took on Mexico City. You know, it was a crazy game to be a part of because it was the very first game on the slate. So it's like you got to show up and show out. And I believe Mexico City was raising their banner, and then they brought in the championship trophy. You know, they're the current champions. They've been doing their thing. So anytime that you go against a champion or even a previous champion, you have to prepare as best as you can. So, Eddie, we had my heart rate monitors on Eddie Gage and on Mike Daggs, both coaches for Mexico City Aztecs and Arizona. So, Eddie, we're going to start with you first. Tell us what that experience was like for you to actually have your heart rate on screen while we're watching our games play out.
To me, it really wasn't a big of a deal because, as you know, Ashley, I wear my Apple Watch pretty much every day, and on game day, like freaking 3, 4, 5 times the high heart rate alert go off. You know, on game day. I remember one time we was up by 20 in the fourth quarter, and my high heart rate alert went off. So to me, it wasn't a big deal. It was a cool experience, but I was trying to remain calm. Because, you know, you want to be out there with the whole world watching your shit go through the roof, but you know how I am on game day. Actually, it's hard. So, you know, it played out how it did. It was intense. It was more intense watching Dash because he was calm the entire time. I think he has only went above 100 once, and that was right at the end of the game. I don't know how you do it.
It would literally dip. During intense moments, and it's like, how is yours going down?
That's what I'm saying.
You gave me a drama mean, didn't you, Ashley?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Some shit. So, Miranda, what was it like for you watching the game in person? You know, watching everybody's faces and hearing those reactions. You know.
It was a lot because it was also my first convention ever. So it's my first time meeting most of y'all.
Right.
And then, so I'm not super comfortable yet. So I'm in this room full of strangers still. And then I'm also the first game, and it's my first game with the team. It was a lot of compacted emotions. Jared actually remarked that as the weekend went on, I got more and more turned up per game. So it was almost man, I wish our game wasn't the first one because I was still so closed in that I was just a sitting ball of anxiousness next to Jared the whole time, not letting anything out. But then by the Minnesota game, I was screaming at the back of the room until I lost my voice. So I got more comfortable as the weekend went on, but that game, it was a hell of a start to the season, and it was a lot of fun just getting to play against y'all, especially the fact that it was against y'all was just a big honor.
It was I don't think anybody really slept comfortably, or even watched comfortably because you didn't know what to expect.
True. Yeah, I felt like every Arizona, every Mexico City, all of us were on the edge of our seats if we were sitting. But there were a lot of times where we weren't.
So after our game, during I think it was the Denver Sin City game, Skippy and I went out to the pool along with Alex and Zena. And so let's talk about that. So first of all, Skippy, give us your perspective of your Friday. How was your Friday? What did you do? And then we can talk about the pool.
Oh my God, dude. I love watching people watch these games. I have a deep, profound respect for Arizona, and I have a deep, profound respect for Mexico City. So I couldn't root for one of y'all either way.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. They already got 2 chips. Root for us. They already got 2.
Nah,
That's great.
root for the 3-peat. We're going for that 3-peat.
No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
2 is
yeah.
enough. Two is
No,
enough.
2's never enough. Would y'all stop at 2?
Depends on what it is. Oh, sorry.
Let me-
That's not the show.
Oh my.
So I'm sitting,
Even
on,
then.
I'm sitting on pins and needles watching y'all play, watching Eddie damn near have a fucking heart attack. So I was having a fucking heart attack. Jesus Christ, man. So I love that. Getting to see everybody again is just it's a joy. You know, you only really get to see these people once a year, and we all culminate for the love of the same thing. You know, it's just great.
Indeed.
And we went to the pool.
We did. We went to the pool. Everything was fine. We out there at night, you know. The harbor is absolutely gorgeous at night. If I can find that picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's very beautiful. We're out there having great conversations, and little mama over there splashing everybody up, you know. But it was a really good time. So the pool was nice and warm. See, this was the view from the pool area where we were at night. So you can imagine us being out there just relaxing, chilling, kind of blowing off some steam. Then we go back up to the Pisces room, and let me see if I can get a view of the Pisces room for everybody so you can understand. Here it is right here. So this is during the day for the Pisces room, which is where all of our activities were. So you can overlook the harbor. We were all the way up top, the very top floor, floor 15. It was an amazing time. So we all go back up there after the pool, you know, still wet and everything. Did you go up there with me, Skippy, or was it just me?
I did not.
Okay. So I went up there. I think you went back to your room.
Mm-hmm.
I went up there to see who all was up there, and everybody was still lingering around. We were supposed to be out of the room at around 9 o'clock. I came up there around 10 something, so we were already past an hour past. Next thing I know, I'm standing there talking to Harish and Siobhan, and we're all just, you know, chilling, trying to figure out what we're going to do next. Security comes out and says, I don't even think he was security, to be honest with you. I think he was just some brother that worked there that was ready to go home, right? So he comes into the room, I shit you not, just like this. Hey, it's time for you guys to go. And so we're all standing in the front door. And he looks at Harish and Siobhan. I said, y'all need to make your way to the elevator. I was like, hold on, bro. Like,
oh, hell no. I wish I'd have been there for that.
Extra.
Yeah, it's Baltimore for you.
He proceeded to go around. There was like everybody was kind of sitting at different tables. He went to each table, standing over people, telling them, y'all got to get up, and lingering there for a while. So I'm noticing this, and I immediately walk up to Cam and I say, listen, I don't know what his problem is, and I don't usually get mad, but I was absolutely livid at the way he was talking to Harish, and the way he was talking to Shaman, and the way he was just talking to everybody, and his just general attitude. Like, you're in the customer service industry. You chose to be here. You chose to work tonight. You could have found the person that was over the event and told him it's time for everybody to go. But no, you wanted to walk up and act like you Mr. Hero Man and trying to save the day. Like, we got too many people that know, like, 7-degree belt. We got boxers. We got UFC fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that you really want to do, man. And I was just upset at how they treated us. Yes, we were an hour over. But at the same time, like, how
did I miss that? I should have been.
Don't come at people like that. You know what I'm saying?
That explains a lot, because we had started.
Yeah, but you probably would have.
I would say that explains a lot, though, because Saturday we came back for the final game, and it had started early. And then Cam mentioned that, like, you guys had to start early because security was touchy. But I didn't know the whole story. That's woof.
I think they came back the following night and made Cam turn the lights on. If I'm right. I mean, I didn't hear that. I kind of peeped it based on what was going on. I could tell Cam's reaction. And that dude walking in there, I was like, yeah, you probably make us turn those lights on. Yeah, Baltimore a little different.
But my thing was,
I
it's a way to
noticed
do
that too.
everything. It's a respectful way to do everything.
I lived there 5 years, and I worked in there
So
on two occasions, so I know how they are. Not all of them, but some situations I've been in, from a customer perspective and from being a customer service perspective.
yeah, I mean I do too. It's just a way to do it. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
understand.
usually get mad. I usually don't get upset like that. But so on to Saturday. DC took on Carolina in one of the best games that happened week 1. It was a very close game. DC wins 17-14. So Skippy and Destro, I really want to hear your thoughts on Saturday. I'll start with you guys first since you all had your game that day.
Skippy, go first.
Skippy.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
go ahead, Destro. Go ahead.
Look like that's running the sin way the way he looking
I
over
am.
here.
I am, you know.
He got a look of concern on his face.
Well, yeah, Melanie's giving information. I'm looking at it now. Make sure we smash Chicago into oblivion.
Oh, damn.
Okay then.
All right. So watching my game, there's 9 Skyhawks there this year, right?
Yeah, y'all was deep. Pause.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're fun.
Absolutely.
There's fucking 9 of us, so we're all just going batshit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And watching us play, we got a whole bunch of new play. We got maybe not a whole bunch, but we got quite a few returning home players this season. We got quite a few, a couple of new players, but not very many, and we got to experience those, the Carolina hype in person with these people at the same time. Yeah. So that was really enjoyable to experience. And then on top of I had heard at one point in time there's only gonna be like 1 or 2 DC people there, and so I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna be no fun, you know. But then there was quite a few more, and like Kevin Say and his wife, and she's just as obnoxious as the rest of us, and
Yeah.
that was fun. It was a lot of fun, and the rivalry back and forth, just the sheer shit talking from one side of the aisle to the next was fun. I love watching my game in person.
All right, Desha, your perspective.
Well, the night before, I told Harish, my exact words to him. I said, "You ready to get L tomorrow?"
I saw that. That was crazy.
He shrugged his shoulders, and I was messing with you, but it's going to be a close game. I told him, I said, it's going to be a close game. I said, it won't be a blowout. I said, we'll win by 3, and we won by 3.
You did not say that.
Did you say that for real?
I could have sworn I said that. I made it 3 or touchdown. Either way, it's going to be close. I might be exaggerating. You know, I'll do that sometimes.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I did tell him that it was going to be a close game. And I did tell him you're going to take an L the next day. But I was doing that being funny. Just like I told, what's his name? Michael O'Neal. I said, enjoy your win tonight. You're going to lose next week.
Oh,
He's like, come on, Destro, man. Why got to be like that?
Clip that. Clip that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just having a good time. It wasn't like being mean or being sinister.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
was just being funny with the guys, having a good time. But like during the game, I pretty much, if you watch it and you look at the corner of the camera, I was just chilling the whole time. I just leaned against my arm like this. My heart rate didn't pace. I just sat there and smiled. God's my witness. Go watch our game and look at the camera view. You'll see me like this, leaning up against the chair beside me like this the entire time. I stood up one time and I said, finish him, because the way the game ran, it was exactly how the Sims were running, to where we kept it close. They would do a little thing and get them all hyped up. That was the whole thing. That's why I was smiling at y'all when y'all was enjoying yourselves, Skippy, because I was like, just wait. Just wait. You better get your feelings hurt real soon.
You were sitting there so chill. I thought you went to sleep.
I was chilling the whole time. I was okay. I said, enjoying. Oh, Mike Ryan or whoever's name is, Cam's brother-in-law.
Tyler.
Thank you.
Tyler.
I was y'all was joining. I was like, all right. I was chit chat with Say a little bit, his wife, and then I was talking to James Walters, he was the coordinator. I said, it's okay. I said, the switch about to turn soon.
Hi, Dad.
And then I sat there and I watched, and then we waited. I said, they do not take advantage, because remember the part of the game, their offense stalled and our defense stepped up. I knew right there, here it comes. Here's the switch. And then this
ain't that about a bitch. God damn it, dude.
I was sitting there waiting, kept moving my fingers like this. I said, just wait. Oh, camera, I ain't lying to you. What's on camera? And then, as you know, we went down, we drove down, we scored, got a 2-point conversion. And then, although CPO tried to clown us, we were clearly over first down, like over 1.5 yards, and then trying to say it wasn't a first down. But regardless of all that, that was just making it suspenseful. That's all that was. But yeah, it came down to it. We enjoyed the victory. First thing I did, I got up, walked over, shook everybody's hand. Good game. Saw Shan. I didn't see him come in. Gave him a hug and gave Arisha a hug. And his brother, can't remember his name, gave him a hug. And then it was all good, man. It was all fun. Nothing hateful, malicious. I just smack talking that we're going back in the day.
We were doing just fine until fucking Shan walked in.
Is that when it's our turn?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
It was in the fourth quarter.
You should have cut him immediately.
It was around that 8-minute mark in the fourth quarter. And that's when
you should have cut Shan immediately after that.
That was Jared and I were joking that we were your guys' bad luck charm too, because we were a little late coming up, and then when I got up there, I wasn't sure who I was gonna cheer for, but then I was like, I know Skippy. Let me go sit with Skippy.
Done.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then I went sat by Skippy. I was with the Carolina. I became family for that game. We were all cheering, screaming together. But then y'all started to then it all started to go downhill a little bit. I was like, damn, maybe I should have just stayed in my room. Clearly, I'm not doing nothing for y'all. Don't make me family.
Nah, it's all good. I blame Shan for that one.
I'll let him take that blame.
Take that, yeah.
He only drove 14 straight hours to be here, and as soon as we get here, we shit the bed on our game. It's fine.
That's right. Shan did drive there. That's right.
Yeah,
he drove all the way from.
He just drove up there, hardcore.
Yeah.
He drove all the way from Alabama. That wild animal.
It really was a testament to how much of a party team Carolina is, though. That win or lose, y'all were turned the fuck up.
Yeah.
It did not matter.
It really didn't.
We're exactly the same in person as we are in our voice chats when we sit and do games together. You can't hear nothing over nobody. We're all just screaming. It's just into the microphone.
Hell yeah.
But
broadcaster's voice just may as well be muted.
So, Miranda, what was your Saturday like?
To be honest, I don't remember a whole lot of it. But I feel like the Carolina game though was it really broke the tide for me in terms of being closed in a little bit. Cause you sit with Carolina and they're gonna make you fucking participate.
Yes.
So we're high five and I'm I'm not even on this team, but high five to all y'all. Good job, team. It was getting turned up over there, and that was what really broke it for me. That I was all right, I could do this. I'm part of this crew. It just really started to come together. I was I'm with family this weekend, so I would say that was the highlight of that day for me.
Love it. Eddie, what'd you do on Saturday? There was, before you start, there was a 3 versus 3 basketball tournament. There was
I was asleep.
I was in the pool.
Where I was there. There was the football What is it?
The paper football.
The paper football
Paper
tournament.
football.
I was asleep.
That was during the 3-on-3. So yeah.
Yeah.
So this is that's actually Sunday. My bad, yo. My bad. I skipped ahead a little bit. So yeah, these is a couple of photos from the paper football where T participated. She did tell me the night prior that she was gonna go up there and try it. I said if I was awake, I would do it. I was not awake, so obviously I didn't make it. But Eddie, how was did you go to the baseball game on Saturday?
I watched the first couple of games on Saturday, and then me and Hunter went to the Baltimore Orioles game, checked it out. And then we came back and did something I forget. I don't know. And I think that was it. I can't remember. It's all a blur.
We're all just like, I don't remember.
it's all bunched up together.
Saturday was Detroit's game, though, right?
Yes, Detroit and Queen City. Then they had the block with the bingo.
Are we gonna talk about Detroit and that epic loss?
Oh, that was so foul.
That was like, I was.
That happened championship. I mean, sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, it's okay. I was absolutely stunned.
So what happened? Tell me about it, because
they had a chance. It was so close. It was such a good game. And then they did the weirdest, the AI really did the weirdest shit at the end there. And they did not hurry up at all. They had, I think, like a minute and a half, something like that. They did not hurry up at all. And then on the last second, at the goal line, they spiked, and it went to 0. I just...
Did they have timeouts left? I can't remember.
No, they burned them.
Okay.
It was like just such an upset.
The thing is, instead of spiking the ball, they should have took that last snap and then ran a play. But instead, 0 seconds left, you decided to spike and game over.
This is a good question. Does Camden Yards have a good reputation, or is it just around here?
Oh no, he was saying because I said better. He was asking me about my experience there, and I told him it was better than I anticipated. And I think he thought I was being negative, but I wasn't. It's actually really impressive stadium. Now I always wanted to go there and check it out, and it was really cool. The backdrop you see on TV, where the wall behind the outfield is, I always thought that was a part. Like that was connected straight to the back of the outfield, but it's not. It's actually a street behind the outfield, and then there's that wall, and they got like a team shop there and other offices. I'm not sure if it's any condos in there, but man, it's the ambiance of that stadium is surreal. And then when you walk in by third base, actually you've been to the Arizona Diamondback Stadium, you know how it's all enclosed. Yeah. It's like you outside by left field, but as you walking around going towards third base, all of a sudden it's inside and it's enclosed. That was really cool. I haven't been to a lot of baseball stadiums, but that's the first one I've seen built like that. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, I never been there. I've been wanting to go. I just never really thought of it. You know, just football's my
there you go, sport. Utah Street. Yeah, that's man.
Utah, EUTAW.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know because I was like,
that building kept off.
What'd you say?
No, I'm saying that building used to be a warehouse for the Baltimore, Ohio.
Yeah, that's what they was telling us.
Thing, yeah. So it's got like there's no, as far as I know, there's no condos, office buildings, fun house stuff, and there's like a restaurant or two inside there.
Shout out to Grant Hardaway. Finally got a chance to put a face with the name. Still trying to get him on a show, somebody's show. If it ain't mine, go on Eddie Scoot, somebody's show. Just be on, so everybody could get the chance to know who you are, man. Good dude right here is always supporting the SFL and all its content. So shout out to Grant for that, man.
And he
All
like
right.
6'2" and whatnot too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm only 5'10". That brother like 6'2". Like, man,
He
bro, come
was
on,
so
man.
tall. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
5'1" on a good day.
5'2". Man,
Was it
I
the one
tell you.
gentleman who was real tall, like 6'5", and he had like kind of brown hair down to his short to his past his neck? Is that
No, that's
him?
the other guy.
That guy was a
You thinking
giant.
about you thinking about the other guy,
What is his name?
the guy from is it Sin City?
I think it is.
I think
Okay,
so,
I think
yeah.
now his face is in my head. And,
I
Grant's the one
can't.
that had the dreads that like went.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
He had the really long ones.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Marcus Quimby? I think it was Quimby.
okay.
I think that was him.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So Sunday, last games were Washington and Houston, Lexington and Pittsburgh. But the highlight for me was the auction that took place. Now, granted,
Yes.
we would try to do an auction every season, but there was a few seasons where it just didn't happen. I think last season the flags that were ordered did not come through, and I did put up some pictures of the different flags that was there, and I'm wondering if I could actually show this video while you guys are on here. Hold on. It may be a situation where I have to put you guys. All right. So here are the flags that went off for auction. Totally dope. No, this is just a few of them. Right? So let me see
You're
if I
gonna
can
play
get
that
this.
video.
If I can get it to play, I'm gonna, because I actually asked about this. Hold on one second. But I want to know what your Sunday is like while I'm getting this up, while I'm getting this queued and ready. So Destro, you'd already left by then, right?
Yeah, I left at 9. Yeah, I left at 9:30 Saturday. I didn't go on Sunday.
You
Man.
missed the fun at the auction. The auction was the best part of Sunday. It was live. Being a first timer, I had no idea what to expect. I already told you guys this that night, but like, we went in, Jared and I. We were like, we want the Aztec flag. We're gonna bid $40, thinking like that's that's okay, right? Eddie bought a flag for $205.
Don't tell Destro that.
Looks like Detroit.
Here, hold that end.
$205.
That'll
That ain't fake news, is it?
So go this way.
Huh?
That ain't fake news, is it?
No.
Play for good quality.
Oh, be like you when I grow up.
Honestly,
Destroyed by
and honestly,
safety
that's
scissors.
not even
If
like
you
a
if you
crazy
can't cut it,
number
you gotta
compared
get
to
the
the others.
Oh, there it goes. There we go.
Hold on, are they cutting that out?
It hurts
Yes.
to watch this again.
Hey, how much money they spent on that?
$120.
You could probably just start ripping
North
it out.
Carolina, I use that for, I don't know.
They bought this
Something
flag just to rip it apart.
Just to rip it as soon as they bought it.
There you go.
This economy, hell no.
Exactly.
So that's why I said we'll bid up to 40. I didn't
That's
think
they
it was like that.
We ain't paying the bill.
Hey, Vibe, just get your bed together. You're good.
God, that
We ain't
hurts
paying
to
no
watch
bills. You
again.
paying some bills. You best believe you spend $100 on a banner, or it's gonna be on somebody's wall.
Well, the beauty of the one that Eddie bought is that it literally
Stop.
says, "I want it to hurt." So it was poetic.
I can't fuck with y'all.
It was. However, what do y'all think about that, man? What do you think about? Because I actually have Mickey Malello and DJ, the two people that ripped the flag. I actually have interviews with them that I'm going to be playing after you guys, after we're finished here, and they gave me the reasoning as to why that happened. So I'm curious to hear from you guys. What would have been your reactions to seeing your team's flag?
All I know is ain't no fucking outsider buying my flag ever.
Facts.
Ever.
Facts. Mike.
I will pay $205 fucking dollars for my own flag.
Exactly.
Just to give it to another one of my teammates.
Mike was prepared to bid $300 if our flag was going to go to an outsider, because we were not about to have that happen to our flag.
That's the first time I've ever seen that happen, though. Like
That
normally you buy it.
Jared and I were like, we came the right year. We got to see all of this. But at the same time, like, I don't know that I wanted to be there for that.
It's definitely not the first time that another team has bought a rival team's flag just to like rub it in their face, but that's the first time that has ever happened.
Right, that it was
definitely. I feel like it's one thing to buy your rival flag just to be like, "Hi, I got your flag." There is a step too far, I feel.
It wouldn't be me. I know that, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me either. I wanted the Aztec flag. We didn't get it. We let Jeffrey get it. We did get the God, what is it? The Matt Wilson show banner.
Yeah.
We got that at least. But for somebody else's flag, the only one I was tempted on was Minnesota, and that's just because I also really love Minnesota. But the Meerkats wanted it, and I love the Meerkats more than I love Minnesota, so.
There you go.
I just find it strange. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm an old head. I don't know. I don't have that much vitriol or hate or feeling toward any team in SFL to where I want to spend my own hard-earned money, especially after dropping $300 some to fix my car, and going there and drop $100 some for the team, and I don't like them that much to cut it. Nah.
Well, and people have already discussed it, and it's already been brought up. But like, Baltimore wasn't a cheap destination,
right?
You're already spending the money to be there.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, I got that hotel be almost fainting.
Exactly. That was how I felt. So I'm like, I couldn't imagine the amount of money that went into the weekend just to throw more money at something you're gonna tear up as soon as you get it. It wouldn't be me. And also, like, I've said a lot of times, like, over the weekend, I really just, like, everyone I met, it started to feel like the SFL was a family, you know? Like, we're all really good friends. We have our rivalries, but we're actually friends. We're here because we all have this common interest. So then it just, like, wouldn't occur to me to do that to somebody that I also consider a friend.
Yeah.
And they're a brand new franchise. Like, I don't know. It just step too far to me.
Well, again, that was one of that's the only time that I think I've ever seen that happen. And it was mixed reviews on it. Some people thought it was funny. Some people thought, I mean, personally, I didn't have an extra $120 just to be tearing up like that. But hey, you know, like I said, from what I gathered from both DJ and Mickey, it was all in fun. The owner was right there, you know, of the team. So it's not like they did it behind his back or, you know, they wasn't there to necessarily defend themselves. So he pretty much knew what was happening too. So he let it happen. Hey, I would personally have an issue with it, to the point where I probably try to snatch it out their hand before they did something like that. Like, don't do that, because that'd piss me off. Just like I was pissed off with that security guard up there trying to tell everybody to leave, I'd have been just as pissed. You know, but
that was like, nobody's getting that opportunity with my shit. Not happening.
Nah. We also had another fantastic night. Sunday night, we all went out to Pratt Street Ale House. It was like about, how many people was it? Hold on, let me
36.
Oh, 36, really?
Is that what it was?
Jeez. It felt like so much more. There's no way there's only 36 people in that picture.
Plus the waiter is 37.
Dude said he wanted to join the SFL.
Yes.
I hope he does.
There he is right there.
He was a blast.
He really was. Let me see if I had another picture of him. So, we're gonna go over.
You got the clip of what Eddie said to him?
I got it in my phone somewhere.
I don't know. I don't think I have. Let me see. Because this was acting really weird, and I couldn't download all the videos that I really wanted to download. I know that was one of them that would play. But so we're gonna go over that night. So we're all sitting at the table, you know, getting ready to order our food, and you know, having a good time. Theo comes up to the table, doing his usual server spiel, and didn't know what he was in store for. Poor man. He just didn't know what.
And we
what
just
was
kept
happening.
coming.
We did. So, he told us that night that he actually had an accident. He had a car accident. Somebody hit him the day before. And so he didn't have any money. So he came into a shift and he wanted everybody to go, all this fellow service to go home. And we were his last table of the night. So, Eddie, why don't you go ahead and tell people what was the question that you asked Theo?
Enlighten us.
Table. Let's relive that moment.
Cam asked me to ask him, what does he think? Why does he think we're all there together? So I asked him, and he said he thought about it for a minute. He looked at everybody. He goes, well, you guys are a pretty diverse group, which was obvious. And then he goes, I'm going to guess that you guys are all on some kind of football team or basketball team or something like that. And Cam goes, man, that's about as close as you can get. And so, we tell them that, we're in the SFL and in town, we meet up once a year, blah, blah, blah. And we all watch the games together. And then I said, but at the end, after all the games have been concluded, the night before we go home, we all get together for one big orgy. And his eyes got this big. He goes, all right,
turned around and touched the wall.
He said, what hotel you guys in? I'm about to stop by. We said that. and sure enough, he stuck to his word and he stopped by.
Never in my life did I think that I would hear Eddie Gage say some shit like that in fucking public, man. That's amazing. That was amazing.
It was so much so.
Or something.
Okay. This is him
at the hotel.
Yeah, this when he came through. And so Mike Daggs, yep, I'm throwing you under the bus, Daggs, when you see it. I'm throwing you right under the bus and driving over it. So he says, hey, well, since Eddie brought up the orgy thing, let's go ahead and bring Mr. Theo to Eddie's room.
That was Dag's idea? Of course it was.
Yes, all Daggs. He was like, so who knows where Eddie and Hunter are staying? I said. So I was trying to walk away, like slowly. Of course, I get cornered.
You embrace that,
man. Ashley, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I said, what? I said, man, okay. First of all, y'all understand that he's a boxer, right? You understand that this random man come knocking at his door at freaking 1 o'clock in the morning. He ain't gonna be too happy about that. So it might need to be a group of y'all to come up there so he recognizes the joke. And the way that Theo was like, yeah, now that you mention that, I think we need to have some more people to come up here because I ain't trying to. I ain't trying. So it was myself, Theo, Kelly, which is Mike's wife. I want to say Chelsea came with us, which is Type Attack's girlfriend. And I want to say I think Jeffrey came too. Jeffrey, which is Dag's son, came up there with us. So we all walking in a group. He comes knocking on the door.
Like the police.
And I hear Eddie, hold on, man. And it was like, oh shit. See, I was like, oh, here we go. As soon as Eddie opens the door, he talking about, yeah, what an orgy at, dog.
Look at his shirt and everything.
Oh my god!
I should have said, "Oh yeah, you just in time. Come on in. you can be next."
No, I saw that video. You look dazed as fuck for about 5 seconds.
You looked shocked.
I was. I had just gotten to a deep sleep. I had just got. That was the first night I went to bed at a decent hour. I was tired as hell.
Oh my god!
You were gonna bust that man's fucking face in for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ashley was right that they needed backup.
Oh yeah, I knew it.
No, he was cool though. He was cool.
Yeah, it
He
was
was.
cool though. But
We could not have asked for a better waiter on that last night.
I'm
For real.
telling you, and knowing like the backstory, because when he was in the hotel, that's when he was telling us everything that was happening with him. And then he was saying that he wanted to join the league. I gave him the information, so whenever he got a chance, he can look at it and join. And he actually had he was interested in doing like scouting and maybe getting into coaching and things like that. So, it seems like he's a promising individual. He did say he was going to come, and he actually did. So, but really cool dude, really good experience. The food was actually pretty good. I
meant to get the receipt or whatever and email corporate about him, and I forgot.
Yeah, well, you can always look it up. It's Pratt Street. I want to say I had it over here somewhere. It is Pratt Street Ale
Pratt
House.
Street.
Yeah, it's right in the background.
What was his name again?
Theo.
I'm
Yep. But
right in.
it was a great experience. So I think all of us was there except Miranda. Miranda, you didn't come, did you? Yeah, you were there. So what did you think of it? What did you and Skippy and y'all think of it?
I loved it. It was chaotic. And the way that we just kept trickling in, like there was just more. He just had to keep pulling out tables. God bless him, because every time he was like, "Oh, that's fine. We'll make room." Every time. I was like, if I were him, I would be sweating right now. There was so many of us. That's why I'm shocked that the final count was like in the 30s. I really thought it'd be even higher. We took up a whole room. Like we had like wrapping around the room with tables. It was so fun.
And Skippy, I don't know how deep you want to go, but you had a great time.
Listen, I cannot. I refuse not to sit next to Harish at a dinner. This man kills me. Like I was crying on more than one occasion. We get going, the two of us, and you can't stop us. You just better let us go. And then you get to throw Shan in the mix.
Was it 36 of us there?
Michael was causing trouble.
Yeah.
Was it 36 of us at that restaurant?
36.
That's what Skippy said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 36. He writing an email right now. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell.
But yeah, food was great too, and it didn't. He did a really good job of even entertaining us while we were waiting. Because anytime a larger group is there, the food is going to take time. So everything can kind of come out at once. But with the trivia questions, giving out the free beers and things like that, he really did his thing on that one.
I really liked that he did riddles. It was really funny. Like when somebody would like get it, and then you just hear around the room the oh, like just for everybody, the little light bulbs going off all around the room.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed.
That was a lot of fun.
I like that.
Great way to end off.
Birthdayed himself this year.
Right. And I went to the bathroom because when you told me about that, like I knew I heard a whole bunch of happy birthdays, but I didn't think we were the only table in there. So I'm like, okay, somebody had a birthday.
Yep.
And it was freaking Curtis.
It was Cam.
Cameron ordered his own cake, and then once he got it, we all started singing happy birthday.
Damn.
Stupid. But now we know Harish's birthday is around this time. So the next convention is going to be all about Harish.
Oh no, we already got it. We know whose birthday it is. You'll have to wait and see next year.
Ooh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Miranda, I know you're new to this. If you come next year, we always do one of these big dinners, either the night before everything starts off or after, like everything gets done and said and done with. It's always somebody's birthday.
I love that. That's fantastic.
It started with Curtis.
I had no idea who we were singing for, so when it got to the name part, I was just like, like I'm a sing with y'all. I don't know who we celebrating.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. So goodbyes. How was your Monday flight home, or
Ugh.
how was the
Uh-oh.
journey home?
We should
Uh-oh.
start with Eddie on that one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Poor Eddie.
Mm.
Was supposed to fly out Thursday. No. What did we leave? Monday at 5:15. Ended up getting my flight canceled, rebooked, delayed again, canceled, added to another flight that was coming in from somewhere. They were going to put us on that plane, only for that plane to get rerouted to Virginia. So that flight was canceled. They found another flight, but then things got pushed back and delayed because of the weather. And by the time we were clear to go, we couldn't go because that team had already reached their number of hours worked per day and didn't want to risk their health and probably fall asleep on us and whatnot. So I ended up getting canceled altogether. They put me on a 6 o'clock flight, but by the time everything got canceled and everything's said and done, it was like 11:45 at night. So I was gonna check into a hotel, but anybody who knows me knows I'm a hard sleeper, and I was scared to go to the hotel, get checked in. By the time I lay down, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be back up in another 3 hours to catch a 6 o'clock flight. So I decided to stay there. I'm nervous, so I didn't want my book bag stolen, so I slept with it on behind my neck as a pillow. Woke up, my back hurting and whatnot, and but I thugged it out. The 6 o'clock flight got delayed, ended up leaving there. I think by the time I left, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, 2:30, and I ended up getting home around 5:30 Arizona time. Man, never again. If the next convention is in Baltimore, just tell Cam I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
It was that storm that came through on Monday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It
the
was
girl I grew up
crazy.
with, she was at the BWI same time as you, and she was trying to fly out. She was delayed like 3 times. It wasn't just you, but yeah, it's crazy. We was on a conference call when you were telling us that. It's like, damn.
Well, I was blessed to get out of there early. My flight was at 1. I only had like a 15-minute layover, well, like a 15-minute delay. And we was out of there. I was back home at home at 3 o'clock my time.
We're at the airport at the same time as you. That
It's crazy.
that frustrates me. Not for you, but like what
Yeah.
happened on my flight?
Exactly.
Because we were supposed to leave at, I want to say, yeah, our flight was at 12, and we were told that there was a gate change, then there was a second gate change, then there was a delay, but they wouldn't tell us how long the delay was. And then we get updated that there's a time frame. They're like, okay, well now we're gonna depart, but the new depart time was 10 minutes from the actual time. I was like, that can't be accurate. We're not even on the plane yet. Then they come out and they're like, it's gonna be at least an hour. And we're on a connecting flight, so we're supposed to go to Orlando on this flight, and then we had like a 2-hour layover. So I'm like, okay, we can still get to Orlando on time with the delay, but it's cutting it close now. And then that hour goes by, and they're like, yeah, we're still on a delay. They're still not telling us what the new departure time is. So I'm like, okay, well, at this point, can you guys book me a different flight, because I'm not going to make my connection. And they're like, well, you can't really say for sure that you're not making your connection because you don't even know what your new departure time is. And I'm like, who's the one not telling me?
Right.
Like, what do you mean? So they were like, we can't do anything for you. I was on the phone because the gate people just stopped talking to me. They stopped responding to me altogether. I was like, okay, so I have to call their customer service and deal with the customer service. And it was like an hour-long discussion just for me to end up finding out that they had no other flights that could get me home. Not even like the next day. They're like, we would have to put you on, like, you'd be getting on a plane tonight. You'd fly into Denver. We're not paying for anything, so you're going to have to sleep in the airport. We would get you another flight tomorrow night back home from Denver. And I'm just like, y'all want me to stay in airports for almost 48 hours? Nah.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, well, just refund me my ticket because luckily they offered me that. But even then, it was like $200 because I bought them way back when they were still cheap. So I had to buy a new ticket for same day. I dropped a stack because I had to be home same day. The person watching my dog could not watch my dog another day. I had to get home just for the next flight to get delayed 3 hours.
Oh.
And it was another connecting flight. So the whole time we're on our way to Kansas City, I'm stressed out because I'm like, we're going to get there. We're missing our next connection. I don't know what we're going to do. But luckily, the second airline we went with was Southwest. So they handle it a lot better, I feel. So as soon as we got to Kansas City, like before we even landed, they were like, don't worry, we already rebooked you. But they rebooked us on a flight that was at 9:30 at night. And we got there at like 7. So we had another 2-hour wait before we could get on this plane. We finally got home. We touched down just before midnight. We had to race out and get our dog and then drive all the way back home. And I didn't touch a pillow till like 1:30.
My goodness.
It was hell. I should have just went with the damn 48 hours at that point.
Right.
It was, yeah. Like Eddie said, we go to Baltimore again. I'm out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was beautiful and it was worth it to see all y'all, but I wouldn't do that departure again.
No. I had a direct. I couldn't. I didn't want to chance it because the last time I think we went to Cincinnati, they couldn't find a pilot for my plane. And they didn't tell us that until after we were there for like 5 hours waiting. And then they wanted to put us up in a hotel and, getting us a meal comp or whatever. But I was just like, bro, y'all could have told us that a long time ago. And I hate when they don't give you the information that you need, just stop talking to you or something like that. That's crazy. Skippy.
Oh, I'm blessed as fuck. I am blessed as fuck. I got out of there with no problem. I feel so bad saying it because there's so many people that had so many issues.
I was gonna say too, it's not even just us that are on the call. Like it's not just Eddie or I. Like it was like the whole convention chat. There were just people like, I got delayed. I got delayed. It turned into like a contest of who's gonna be the last one home.
Grant was in the hotel with me. I saw him. I'm sorry, at the airport with me. Grant was stuck with me.
I think Grant stayed another night too.
Yep, he did.
BJ.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, I think there were like four or 5 people stayed another night. The Meerkats, I think, either they stayed another night or they got out really late.
They got out really late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say last question for everybody. What was your overall letter grade that you would give the 2025 Baltimore Convention? And I'm going to start with you first. I'm the person that wasn't really there for the longest time. I'm going to start with you first, Destro. For what you experienced and what you encountered.
Well, this is only my second time going. The first time was the very first one 7 years ago. But this was the first time I ever went as an owner. The last time I went the first time around I was a league president. So I would say overall, I don't know, a B. And it's not, and I'll give it a B because I didn't really stay long and I was able to meet some people that I haven't met. I know a reality kind of hit for me because I know, sorry for being long-winded here. I could be that way sometimes, but I know for me, it was like I'm so used to people knowing me. Like when that first convention, everybody knew who I was. They was all coming up to me, shaking hands and stuff, and it felt different. I was like, "Damn, not many people coming up to me. This is weird." But then I realized, and then especially it hit me when I went to Bo Martin Jr. and said, "Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?" He shook my hand. He's like, "Well," he goes, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Ain't this? What? Come on."
Damn.
Well, no, not that way. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he didn't say it that way. He didn't say it that way, but he basically didn't know who I was. And then I was like, "Come on, man, it's Destro." Then I was like, "Oh," he said, "Oh, how you doing, man?" And then I walked away, and it hit me. I was like, "You know what? I'm not really as vocal as I used to be. I mostly operate in the shadows. I'm not the league president anymore. I'm not like Eddie to where he's involved in the league a lot. He's got his own show. He's got stuff going on and everything. He's a people person. Me, I operate in the shadows. And the only time I really say anything is someone need their uniforms done. And so that's it. So then it hit me. Okay, I need to be more vocal. I need to be, I don't know, shake hands a little bit more. So then that was Friday night. So then Saturday, that's why I made a point to go around. And it wasn't like I was waiting for people. I wasn't doing it intentionally. It was just I got accustomed to it from the first time around. But that was 7 years ago. And so the leagues changed. And yeah, it was a lot bigger back then because it was a lot more people. And to be honest, it was free to get in, So except for you just had to pay your way to get there. But other than that, I mean, like I said, I had fun. It was all good. I met some people. It was great. I give it a B. I wish there was more people there. For part of the crew that we have, Eddie and myself, it's kind of like, our crew's not here. But it's all good. We make the best of what we have, and then, we don't want to slide anybody, so we just make sure we just, we see what's everybody. That's it.
Okay. Got a B from Destro. Skippy. Now, you were there from Thursday. You got a chance to try all the food. You got a chance to try everything. So
overall, I'm taking everything into consideration, right? And not just my experiences, but the experiences of our group as a whole. Mm-hmm. Overall, I would give it a B. And that's because there was some things that I didn't like about this convention, and then there was also some things that I did really like about this convention. This is the second time that I've brought my kid. And our community is so fucking awesome that I can go, where's my kid? And somebody so-and-so over here will go, oh yeah, I saw her with like Brooke O'Neil and they went to walk the dog, right? Or I'll go and turn around after having a conversation with somebody and I'll go, where's the child? And she's over here stealing chips with my dags.
Yes.
There's just somebody's always got an eye on her, and it's not that I just let her run wild like an animal. But she's 9. And she does really, really well with like adults. She's not really a kid. She's my only one, so she's not really a kid person. She grew up with adults. She likes adults. So she's very comfortable being here with everybody, and I'm comfortable with her being around everybody. That's the type of community that we have, and I fucking love it. And then there were some like trials and tribulations, and the security guard being a dickhead, and people not being able to get home when they wanted to get home. And so overall, yeah, I'd give it a B.
I agree. Miranda, what about you?
First of all, I want to say Mia was fantastic. And Jackie. I feel like those two really stole the show this weekend. The dog and the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I not to sound redundant, but I would also rate it a B. I spent $1,000 more than I planned to spend, because I needed to get home. There's just not really a way to forgive that. So, but I mean, I got to meet everybody, a lot of people that I wanted to meet. I can't wait to meet so many more at like the next ones we go to. I really liked how inviting everybody was. I thought that it was very well organized. It just came down to finances. One, it was an expensive trip anyway. But then also like the not being able to get home when we needed to get home, and then the extra cost to get home, or the extra cost people have to do to stay another night somewhere. Like it just really took the fun out of it at the very end there.
Yeah.
So B overall.
I feel kind of guilty for paying over $45 on a ticket. Damn. You said $1,000. My eyes start to water up over here. Damn.
If it makes you feel better, the actual number is $930. So there's the $70.
Still.
I know.
Yeah.
Try not to think about it. It's like
Right?
all I've thought about all week, though.
Eddie, what about you? What letter grade would you give it?
I think I'll do individual grades. As far as seeing the community and everything again, that's always an A because you see people you haven't seen since the last convention. You know, when I used to travel for work and I went to various cities, I saw, you know, individual people. Like when I went to DC, I met up with Destro and TJ and a couple of owners from Portland and all that. I went to Atlanta and I met you and Mark Chisholm and Sully and BDG Hollywood and all those guys. I went out to Seattle and met our the very first GM of the SFL. I forget his name right now, but my old GM. So I've been all over. You know, I've met the Fort Worth people when I was in Texas. I met Kanye back when he and I were cool. You know, so I as far as the camaraderie part goes, you know, that's always an A. You know, me myself, I wasn't necessarily. The hotel wasn't really, and this is probably just nitpicking, but I wasn't really impressed with the hotel considering how much we paid for it. You know what I mean? I got there Thursday, checked out Monday, and you know, I shared a room with Hunter, and the bill came. It was $799. You know. Speaking of which, I need to get with him because he owed me some money. But you know, for $799, I expect more than that. You know, but
no free breakfast for me. Sorry.
Yeah, and you don't get a free breakfast. What? Mm-hmm. But you're paying more so for the location than you are the actual hotel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But still, $799, man, and that security guy giving us a hard time. They could have just left that room open for us because no one else was using it at that time. True. So instead of having us all hanging out in a lobby on a second floor, we could have all been up there out of y'all way. You know what I mean? They wasn't giving the kids that was down there with the other people a hard time. Why are you giving us a hard time? You know? So I mean, it is what it is. My favorite spots were Vegas and Atlanta. And to me, it didn't live up to the billing of those conventions. Plus, you know, we didn't have a lot of the people that usually come, you know, so that kind of played a part into it, you know. And maybe it's just me. I didn't get a head count or anything like that. Only came with how those numbers. But it seems like we didn't get as much participation this year as we have in previous years. So.
Not to cut you off, buddy. I noticed that too. When I walked in on Friday, I was like, I walked in and I was like, dang, like what? Dang, is this? Oh, maybe they're coming tomorrow. That's what I thought. And when I came back the next day, I'm like, damn, I thought there'd be more people in this. But then in my head, you know how I am. I started adding the cost in my head. You know what? Because you had people in this area who didn't go.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling anybody out. I mean disrespectful. That's old Destro. I'm just saying there's people because I barely came to the convention because of my issues, financial issues going on with my car. But you know, everybody got stuff going on. I'm just saying it's just I know I've talked to people about it. I don't mean to take your spotlight off. Sorry, I get to talking sometimes. I'll say it real quick. Is that I just think that we gotta find a spot. It's gotta be affordable. And like you said, the reason why that is expensive is because you're down in a harbor and everything down in the harbor is expensive. The hotels, the restaurants, they can get away with charging $50 for event parking because the Orioles are playing. Although you got a losing record, it doesn't matter. They can still charge $50 and people will spend that money. They don't want to drive or what have you. And so it's like I just think that we, whoever's planning on it, who committee, Cam, Dax, or whoever was in charge, to say, hey, let's try to find a spot to where it can be a little bit more affordable. And maybe they're doing. I don't know. I'm not in the
I
industry.
heard that's the case. They
Yeah, they're
from now on
definitely
they're
more
going to
cheaper.
pursue options that are
And then
more
hopefully,
affordable.
and not just that, also coordinate. See if people who live near that area can be able to drive.
Go check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that not just that, but also they would helped out the first convention. The mom was only a few hours away, so he was my ride from the airport. And so when I didn't want to eat that that uncooked food at the first convention, the mom drove me to the In and Out, or not, yeah, no, yeah, In and Out down the street, and I was able to go get something. There's somebody in the area that was able to drive. I was fortunate this time around. Dags had a vehicle. He drove down to set everything up, so he didn't want to give me a ride, back and to and back to convention. And so I just think that we should be able to have something coordinated to where people who live in that area can be like, hey, I'll be the designated driver, get people back and forth to the hotel or to their car or to the airport, what have you. My apologies again for interrupting.
No, you good. You good. Eddie, did you finish with your letter grades?
I think overall, I too am in a B category. I give it an A+ for camaraderie, meeting up with everybody and all that. I wasn't a fan of the hotel. The location was cool. I mean, considering you can just walk out there and get to the harbor and all that. That was nice, and right by the stadium. I went to go take out a baseball game. But man, we got to do better than $799. That's ridiculous. I mean, come on. I mean, and then I was told that hotel is normally $320 a night.
Yep.
So we actually got a discount, and I'm thinking myself, this is not a $300 a night hotel. I'm sorry,
Right.
and you got to pay for your own breakfast. No, come on.
Damn, this gives
We can do better than that.
I saw even the water in the room is extra if you drink the
Yeah.
water that they
Yeah.
got. I was
$350.
$350.
$350 for
They
a
give you
bottle
two
of
of
water.
them. Somebody drunk one of them thinking it was complimentary. Nah, brother, it's not complimentary. No,
You
sir.
read that little tag they got on
I
there.
read that tag. I was like, Jared, we're not touching this.
Okay. Christian, that price was from Thursday night to Monday checkout.
Right.
$7.99.
So 4 nights.
But
Yeah, 4 nights.
But yeah, I have to agree. I have to agree. I would definitely give it a B. I had a good time overall, especially with we gonna make it a good time. It don't matter what it is. And I was telling Skippy this last time we talked. We could turn an Airbnb into the funnest thing that you ever seen, But it is something to when people are spending their money, for that. You have certain expectations. But moreover, what ruined it, not ruined it, but what kind of put a damper on it was the incident with security. And really people just knowing that people were stuck in the airport. They couldn't get home to their families. And I felt bad. I was blessed to get home within a reasonable time, how everything I planned. But then I'm hearing stories, from Miranda and from Eddie, and from Grant Hardaway and his wife and Derek and Angela, like they didn't make it home yet, and that bothers me. So we have it in a good place next time. We have it in a more centralized location where everybody could be able, it's more affordable. I think it'll be good. But yeah, B overall. I didn't get a chance to try all of the food there. First night was cool. Second night, I was sick. I really didn't eat because I hardly left my room on Saturday. And then Sunday, I was going to get something to eat, but they took the food up before I could even get anything to eat. It wasn't for you.
Yep. I got up there. I was like, where is lunch?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, they served it early Sunday. That's right.
They served it early, but they also took it up early. Apparently they only had it out.
Oh, they did?
They served it at like 12:50. I walked up at 1:20 and there was nothing left.
Oh,
They'd
dang.
already taken it away.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Alex was supposed to be in here tonight, and he says he's sorry he had to cancel. Still catching up with things in the Dev League and everything like that. So
Hey,
we
the Dev
totally
League is
understand.
important. Definitely got to take care of that.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And Grant said that he saw Eddie Simmons at the airport.
Sure the fuck was. I ain't had shit else to do. I'm sitting there stuck.
I feel that. Indeed. Well, everybody, I want to thank y'all so much for being on and for giving your feedback about what happened, giving your accounts. I really appreciate it. You know, overall, it was a good time, and it's always good, you know, hanging out with my girl Skippy. She over there causing trouble. You know, you doing what she do, and meeting Miranda for the first time, and Barry was awesome.
First of
Seeing, man, first of many. Seeing Destro, you know, coming out there and meeting him in person was absolutely amazing. You know, and then of course hanging out with Eddie is always a good time. So
always.
you know, it was a blessing.
It is me.
I will say, Jared and I were very excited to meet Eddie. It was great to meet you.
I mean, you got all this here going on, man.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, good night, y'all. I'm gonna head out.
Eddie, you are one of the most favorite people I love to see every fucking year. I always look for you like one of the first people. Where the fuck is Eddie?
That's what's up.
Indeed.
Well,
everybody, I know it's kind of getting late on the West Coast. Probably about
that escort service hit me up for like $275, man. I'm still mad at that.
Ain't no orgy like an SFL orgy.
Just
that was for 20 minutes. I'm like, damn, 20 minutes, $275. And they had a stopwatch in the corner. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
They got a nickel and dime you for every second.
Times change.
Yeah, sure. Their time is important.
Clearly.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. So this will end the live portion of the show. I am going to bring up DJ Kilgannon and Mickey Malello next for their interviews. So you guys can get to hear from them why they chose to do Detroit's flag the way they did. And you get a chance to hear their perspective of the convention as well. So if you guys want to hang out backstage, you can. You don't have to. I see Eddie over there. I see everybody yarning and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
you know, shit.
I'm about to say I got working.
I got shit to do, man.
I'm working 8 hours. So I'm gonna head on out.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much again. Looking forward to having you all on. You know, anytime you want to come on, Destro, listen to me.
Okay.
Anytime y'all want to come on, and
get them. Get them.
And keep your expertise. I would love to have you on. You're invited. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Now I know.
You should have been known.
Right. Get them. Get them.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Appreciate you.
Bye. Love y'all.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get this queued up for you guys to see their interview. I have to present it a certain way now. Let's see. Okay, we're going to start off first with DJ Kilgannon.
We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us today. As I said before on the show, I did make a few recordings for people that actually couldn't be there live. They took time out of their day to join me before they go to work or on their daily adventures. So first person would be Mr. DJ Kilgannon. Kilgannon.
You got it. You got
Finally, 15 years later. He's joining me, and he was one of the attendees from the convention. Had a fantastic time meeting him and everything. So, DJ, I know you got to go to work, but I just want your take on the convention. Did you enjoy it? Highlights and everything.
Yeah, it was a great time. It really opens, at least it opened my eyes a lot up to the what the league can really be. And if you haven't been, definitely try and come out. You get to meet a bunch of people that you talk to all the time and you're around all the time behind screens. And it's just a great way to make connections with a lot of people you would have never met before. You know what I mean? Because we're all from across the country. We're from all over the world even. So, it's just a great way to connect with people. I mean, you get to watch some good football with everybody live. You're doing what you're normally doing throughout the season, just with people, So it's a great time.
How was your trip there?
It was pretty good. I flew from OKC to Charlotte and then Charlotte up to Baltimore. Thankfully, no delays. I got in pretty late. Thankfully, Mike O'Neill picked me up from the airport. I got in and, settled in pretty easily, and everybody was there. So we were chatting it up, And leaving, thankfully, was pretty easily. I didn't get caught with any of the nasty weather that some people were getting, thankfully.
Yes, because I looked at the weather before we went out there, and it was slated to basically storm the entire time we were out there, but it didn't. But I did see on Monday there were some bad storms that were coming in that evening, so that's why it was important for me to try to get out there as early as possible. So I left at like 1, but I was gone from the hotel at like 10 o'clock. Because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So
I left the hotel at like 6:45, got to the airport at 8, and flew out at like 8:15. And I know people were having a lot of problems with Southwest. I used Southwest, and I think thankfully I just got there right early enough to be able to miss all that. Thankfully.
Yeah, me too. I had Darth Vader flying the plane.
Oh yeah.
To Baltimore. And then there was like a track team of like students ranging from different ages. Like they were young, they like 9 years old, all the way up until like the teens. And it was like 100 of them people on. I was like, oh my God, there's 100 children on this flight. But all you heard was a bunch of clanging because they all won like gold and silver and bronze medals and stuff like that. So it was dope. And the stewardess actually celebrated their win and called a few of them up for, they had birthday party. Oh, they had birthdays. And so she went around and took up a collection from everybody on the plane for those 3 little girls. And they made $245.25.
That's awesome.
It was. Awesome. So, but back to the convention. All right. So when did you actually get there? Thursday?
I flew in Thursday, and I got there Thursday at probably 10:30.
Okay, so on Thursday, what was something that was kind of memorable? I kind of want to go through each day.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on Thursday, I came in and as soon as we got in, right, where the escalator's right in front of you. To the left, I went to go check in, and Cam was right there. So I met Cam. That was cool. I checked in, went up to my room, came back down, and then there was just a whole bunch of people in that lobby area on the second floor. So it was just getting to meet so many new people for the first time. Met a bunch of people that have been on my team, and I got to meet Alex, and I've been helping him out with the SFL a lot. So I think on that Thursday, it was really just about meeting so many people, having good conversations with people. After I got there, we probably talked from like 10:30 to 1 in the morning, just out there, getting to know each other, just talking with everybody. It was, just about connecting with people. Like we said, it was great.
And it was when everything started. So the first game of to kick off the season You know, you had dinner that was prearranged for us. So what were your thoughts on those?
The meals were great. I thought the meals were really good. And especially with a $50 fee, you could have got away with making us pay $50 for each meal. So for just the whole thing, by all means, if there are any complaints about that, I don't know what to say. But as far as that second day, that first game y'all had, it was it was great. I was sitting over with Jimmy and Mike Goodman and Mike Kleinecht over in the corner, and we had a good view of the whole crowd area. So Eddie in the back pacing around, heart rate monitors up, you in the front. It was great. It was it was great watching that game. Cam Newton, that was the best game you could have possibly scheduled.
Man, we were on pins and needles because Mexico City is the current champions, and they just found a way to take their team and win. And they gave us fits in practice and everything, but that was a great experience, man.
It was.
And
It was great.
the heart rate monitor, I was scared because I'm like, man, you better not fall out up here.
Yeah, me and Cameron Duty, it's funny. Me and Cameron Duty were actually talking yesterday. We had our broadcast meeting yesterday, and somebody had mentioned the heart monitor things. I've been to the hospital for heart rates that high. Like you can't play with that.
No, man.
You know what I mean?
So I was telling him, like, man, you're going to have to do better than that. We're going to have to come up with something with you. You probably going to have to do some deep breathing exercises.
Meditation,
because 174 is a lot.
It's
at
high.
a resting heart
It's
rate.
high. Yeah.
But so Saturday, where's your thoughts on Saturday?
Saturday,
that's when we had the 3-on-3 basketball tournaments, the football tournaments, the pool day, and then games after.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong, but I think Chicago played Saturday. I think we were the last game of Saturday because Sunday we didn't have too many games. I think we only had like 2 games and then lunch. So Saturday was when Chicago played. But before that, basketball was fun. No one could have convinced me that Cameron Irvine was a hooper, but he's got a shot.
Yay!
He's got a shot on him. He really does. He was cooking. And we finished up, and I was able to go back up and finish watching paper football, so that was fun. And then, like I said, Chicago played that night, and it was great. It was great watching. I think we had 4 or 5 people there that were all watching, and we had Chris Slovic and Ramos on the call. Ramos joined in late, and we were all sitting around before, and they were like, "We should play a drinking game with the game." And they were like, "All right, any first down, you got to drink. If a player in the game makes a big play, you got to drink. Sacks, interceptions, yada yada." But the big one, this is where the problem came. Anytime Chris Slovic said something dumb, funny, anything like that, you had to drink. That was the problem because he just kept rattling off. Oh my gosh. It was ridiculous. I got pretty messed up, and I know some other people did as well.
How many beers did you want him having? Because I heard 5.
No. Well, during the game, I had 7. After I had 2 more.
I would have been out like 2 lights, man. That's.
I think if the game wasn't going on, I would have been. But I was too locked in. And we won. I mean, that was the best feeling. It was great. We talked about a little bit with some guys, like after your game happens, then you can just enjoy the rest of the vacation. Your game's off your shoulders, especially if you win, it just helps you enjoy the rest of it so much more.
I totally agree. What about Sunday for you? How was Sunday?
So, I called the final game of the convention with Mike O'Neill, and I've been in the booth with him several times. So it was great finally getting to call with him in person, to call my first game in person. It was just a great experience, really, and it was a pretty good game. And then after that, that's when we went to dinner. I mean, that was a great time. I mean, going out to dinner with everybody is fantastic. And we had Theo, our waiter, best waiter I ever had. Yep. Best waiter I ever had. And then, unfortunately, I wish I would have stayed out with everybody, but my flight was so early. As soon as we got back from the restaurant, I went to bed. So I woke up in the morning, saw all these funny videos. I saw Sam going up to Cam's room. I saw Theo pulled back up to the hotel. I was like, no way. I was pretty upset I missed that. But I made my flight. If I stayed up later, I probably wouldn't have. So it was probably for the best. I would have stayed another 2 days in Baltimore probably because all the weather. So it's probably for the best.
See, spending all that money and everything, man. It's been all right though.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic time, man. That whole thing. And the crazy thing is, I think the best moments are because they're not scripted. They just happen organically and naturally,
Absolutely.
you know. But there was one moment that surprised me, and we got to talk about it before I let you go, man. Why did you and Mickey Malello purchase the Detroit Maulers flag and proceed to divide it in half in front of their owner?
Yeah.
And you got half of it.
I had to show it up on the wall. I had to keep my half. You know, it's a good wall ornament. I didn't have room for all the flags, but I got a few up. That one I had to get in the shot. So I will say one thing. As far as you talk about unscripted moments, that was not scripted. I mean, that was not a plan. You know, we got there, the whole auction's going, yada yada yada, and I'm sitting there, and you know, I had already bought some flags, and I had $60 left, and Mickey's bidding against Jack. And I'm like, dang, he wants to do something to their flag, doesn't he? Because everybody knows Indy, Detroit, Minnesota, right? And Indy was in our division. So it was Minnesota, Chicago, Indy, Denver, OKC. So they were in our division. They moved out, of course, but, you know, I like rivalries to stick, right? So Mickey's bidding on the flag. Jack's bidding on the flag. It gets up to $105. And I'm like, Mickey clearly wants to do something to this flag. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, Mickey, we split it 60-60, and then we split it down the middle. And he looks at me, and his eyes are kind of wide. And I was like, yeah, he's interested. And then he's like, deal. And then we bid it, and then Jack doesn't bid any higher. And that was all she wrote for that.
So what you guys, when y'all got the scissors,
yeah,
and when you were dividing it in half, what was Jack doing? Because I was standing in the back, and of course, me being short, like all the tall people were in front, and I couldn't really see what was going on until after the video had posted. And then, so like, how was that particular moment? Like, was he talking shit? Was he talking smack or what?
So, you know, he knew it was going to happen because I had said it. Like I think everybody knew what was going to happen. The whole thing was finding the scissors, like you said, and somebody went downstairs. It was
Chelsea.
Thank you. Chelsea went downstairs. She found some scissors. Apparently, the desk had some that were like some sacred scissors on them. And then she came back, and she's like, "All right, we got some." And that, I'll say one thing: shout out to Cam and whoever made them flags, because those things were. There's some good material, because that thing did not want to cut. So finally, and Jack was like, "Oh, I have to at least watch." And I was like, "I wouldn't, but if you want to watch it get ripped in half, be my guest." So he stood right there, and Cam was like putting it all together. He was like, "All right, you get on this side, Jack. You stand right there." And he was filming right next to. So I think the video that got posted, Jake recorded.
Okay.
But Cam was sitting right there next to him, also filming. So. And then, you know, we get to cutting it. I was like, here, I'll stand on this side, hold it. Mickey, you stand on that side. You know, and we count down and just rip it. And then I lay it down on the ground. And then Mickey puts his half on the ground, and then Jack Gerard just drops to his knees. And that just made it so much funnier because he drops to his knees, he like picks it up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It was so funny. And then I had it on my back for most of the day after that, and I put it in my belt loop. I had to carry it around, It's like a trophy a little bit.
Oh my God, because I've never seen, the only other thing I've seen was when Johnny Pickler left Louisiana and he burned their hat.
Ooh.
And we were like, oh my God, I can't believe he bought a hat to burn, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I cannot believe y'all bought this flag to rip in half, but hey, each his own, man. How, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you wind up spending on all the flags that you purchased?
I spent $400 in total. The half flag was $60. I think I got the Chicago one for around $60. The SFL one maybe $80. Then I have the Lexington flag because I played for them in the minors. The Queen City flag because they drafted me, and then I got the 25th anniversary convention flag that had Matt on it. I got that flag, and Dags was bidding me on that, and I got it, and then Cam gave him the other one, so I was like, dang, he's just running the price up, huh? But yeah, right at $400, and that's how much I brought. Because when I read auction, this was my first convention, so I read auction. I'm like, what are they auctioning? When I read the schedule before I left, I was like, what are they auctioning? So I brought $400. I thought that'd be a good little starting point. I came out and then it was flags, so I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I spent exactly how much I brought, so I was pretty happy with it.
Okay, to go. What is your overall?
I heard some people say that it wasn't as good as the other ones because there wasn't a particular meeting spot everyone could meet at. There were issues with the security thing and the alcohol we had, which I understand. They have their priorities they got to handle as a business. But I thought it was an A+ fully. I had a fantastic time, and it was, and I plan on going to the rest of them because it was a great time. It really was.
I can't wait either. Hopefully they will reveal the new location kind of as soon as possible, so we can all just start saving up like we did last year for this event. But man, DJ, it was a pleasure talking to you and reminiscing about the good time that we had. It was a pleasure meeting you.
It was great meeting you as well.
I can't wait to do it again.
Yep, I'm excited.
Me too. Thank you for your time, brother. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Frank has grit! That's right. Looks like Detroit!
Here, hold that way.
Yes, make it thicker. That'll ease everything.
So go this way.
Make a small cut and tear it in half. You play for good quality, man.
Craig will not be destroyed by safety sinners.
If y'all can't cut it, you gotta give it the vibe.
There it goes.
There we go.
Now go at each and pull apart.
Once you get to the end,
Pretty sure this is a new rivalry that's happening. Oh yeah.
You could probably just start ripping it now.
Would you hold,
Oh
please?
yeah.
You ready?
Now we can rip it. There we go.
There you go. Wait.
Grab one side.
Grab one. There you go.
Three.
Take a picture now.
Spade the cat! Spade the cat! Spade the cat! Spade the cat!
Hey, Vine, just get it back together. You're good.
I call your hoe up, just a fucking show up. I I just went got my door. Pull it off and I'm gone. Then I go up before. Then I roll up, then I'm calling you. Like, pick up the phone, baby. Like, I know you're home, baby. It's lit, I'm in the zone, baby. Straight up, what before, baby.
All right, and we are back, man. I had to play that one just for my good friend here, Mr. Mickey Malello, over from the Minnesota Legends. He is a 911 operator in his real life, so pick up the phone, man. We need you. What's going on, man?
Somebody call 911. I mean, yeah, I am doing well, Ashley. How are you?
Fantastic, man. Honestly, I'm still trying to catch up on sleep. I mean, last weekend took a lot out of me. Then I kind of got sick while I was out there, so
Yeah.
with the traveling back and forth, just trying to regain my energy. But it was fantastic, man.
Oh, I have to agree with that. It was a great weekend.
Indeed. So let's get started with the fun stuff, Mickey. Let's go into how was your trip to Baltimore? How was the flight in and like your adventure in, I should say?
So my adventure was a little bit different because I live in the West Coast, but I was born and raised in New York. So I decided to fly to New York on Tuesday and then take Amtrak down to Baltimore on Thursday. So I flew home. It was a long, I think it was 3 flights. They just happened to be cheap with miles. Got into New York early Wednesday, saw my sister, saw my mother, saw my brother-in-law, my nephews, and I passed out from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Woke up, just sat around, talked with my sister and my mom. I really didn't do anything else. Went back to sleep, woke up Thursday, and got to the train station to start my trek from New York to Baltimore. So I didn't get to Baltimore till about 4 p.m. on Thursday. And what was very cool, and if you're pretty new to the community, this is just a proof of how tight-knit the community is. I told people I was coming in on the train, and one of the first people to say that they would pick me up was Mike Daggs, the director of broadcasting. And he picked me up from the Amtrak station in Baltimore and brought me to the hotel.
Love it. Oh, Mike. Mischievous Mike. Mischievous Mike.
The Buffalo Bills fan himself.
Indeed. Well, I'm glad that it's interesting because most people either drove in or flew in. So to hear that train ride, just quickly tell us a little bit about the train ride, just for like a person like me that's never taken the train like that.
So the train the East Coast than it is in the West Coast. West Coast is more for long distance travel, whereas East Coast, a lot of these Amtrak trains are commuter trains. So it was just like if you were taking a light rail or any other type of commuter rail. This train goes from Boston to DC, and it does it multiple times a day. So it was just, I was sitting on the train, I was on my phone listening to music. I wound up pulling out my computer because I had to do a little research for the Arizona Scorpion Mexico City Aztecs game I was broadcasting the next night. And I just sat there, and for 3.5 hours, I wound up going to the train, went to the cafe car, did get a couple of alcoholic beverages to enjoy on the train ride. And then right before my last stop, this was very cool, the general manager of some NPR, a National Public Radio station, wound up sitting with me and started talking to me and saying, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I kind of told him, and he goes, "Oh, you do broadcasting?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, okay." We were talking, and he gave me his business card. He goes, "Send me a link. Let me hear how you sound."
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is a wonderful thing. See, SFL takes you places.
It does. It absolutely does.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that, man. Hopefully, you'll be able to make your career out of it.
I like being a chaotic 911 dispatcher. That's just my life.
I got it, man. I got it. So, when you arrived to the hotel, what was that initial view like? Did you like where we were staying? Did you like the venue and everything?
I love the fact that we were right around being a baseball fan most of my life, as well as a football fan. I love the fact that I could round the corner and I'm looking at the sign that says Camden Yards. and we were 2 blocks away from the Orioles' home stadium. You couldn't see M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens, which was right next door, but I wound up seeing that on my Uber ride to the airport. But I just thought the hotel was beautiful. It's a very, very luxury hotel right in downtown Baltimore, right over the harbor. It was just a beautiful place to stay.
It really was. Now, Friday, start of the SFL kickoff, man.
Mhm.
Arizona Scorpions taking on current champions, Mexico City Aztecs. Oh my gosh, and you were on that call for that game.
Oh, I know. I was lucky enough to sit next to the shortest broadcast team in SFL history, was together again for a convention. Me and Mike Trullo were there for that broadcast. And he and I, even when we are not sitting next to each other, have a lot of fun on broadcasts. But being given the honor, not only just to kick off the 25th season of the SFL, but also being handpicked by Mike Daggs to do that game, I thought was an absolute honor. Not to mention, I had no idea there were going to be heart rate monitors on Eddie and Mike.
Man.
I was worried about Eddie for a second there. He got up to 174 beats per minute.
Right. I didn't realize that until like after I watched the video back, and I was like, this man, well, we have a lot of medical professionals there, so he would have been in good hands, but still, like, it's amazing to see how serious we take these games.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we talk about, it's the coaches, they put so much time and effort into these games, making playbooks and everything like that. And then, they're invested. It's not just like, okay, here's a joystick in my hand, let me play the game.
Right.
It is that they put time, hours, effort. I see that on the Minnesota side with our coaches and with our front office, putting in the time and effort day after day after day just to get a playbook ready for this team. Our scouts going back, looking at old games, seeing what we can do to win the game, to create a great playbook. So yeah, I could see why the investment is there and why their heart rates went up. But when Eddie Gage went up to 174 after the game, I went up to Mike and I said, if he dropped, I'm sorry about the broadcast. I was going to go help him as an EMT. And he was like, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah. And he would always tell us in the locker room, like, yo, my heart rate monitor going off. But now we see.
Yeah.
That was not a joke. But it was amazing. You guys did a fantastic job on the call. I always love the fact. And we're like 2 for 2 with you guys calling our games, and we're actually winning that convention. So y'all can go ahead and keep me time.
Yeah, we had your comeback win last year in Houston when you played. Oh, who did you play? It wasn't Indy. That was the infamous headbutt game with Mike O'Neill. I think it might have been LA. It might have been. It just came down to a last-second field goal. I remember that.
Because Eddie was going to throw the chair into the wall. He picked it up.
Yes. I thought he was going to throw it at me.
Oh. Very passionate man.
Yeah.
So,
if anybody doesn't know, and you watched any of that broadcast of the Minnesota Chicago game, you might have saw a hairy-looking guy in the third row. That was me. I wore my Sasquatch outfit the entire time. And let me tell you, I think that was the hottest I ever was. I sweated so much. I put on the outfit and I was 230. I took it off and I was 222. That's how much I sweated.
I bet it was. I bet you was.
And I'll tell you what, this is my 4th convention. And it is the 3rd time we lost on week 1 at the convention. So I don't look at it like, is this what season 25 is going to look like? I look at it as it's week 1. Anything can happen. And we have proven that we can lose week 1 and then still make a run for the playoffs.
Because you played Chicago, right?
We played Chicago.
And I really thought you guys had that game. I thought if I would have made my pick'ems for week 1, I would have chosen you guys.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people did just with Chicago's roster and their game plan with everything, not having a contracted running back or anything, and having, I think, 5 or 6 cornerbacks, not including safeties. Their secondary is stacked. I think everybody would have picked us, but their game plan against us was solid. And it was a good game for Chicago. They came out guns a-blazing. I got my obligatory 1 field goal in the game, and but no, it was a good game, and I was so happy to get out of that Sasquatch outfit. Let me tell you.
I bet you were. You're probably the bravest man I know that go into, and we go into hot climates, and you just will have that thing on, and you just be as happy. And I'm like, more power to you, sweetheart.
It's not really happy. It's just I sit there like this.
Contemplating life, like, why the hell did I do that?
Yeah, pretty much. For a couple of hours, I'm just sitting there like, why did I do this to myself? I do it every year. Why?
Well, we love you for it, sweetheart. We love your dedication to it. Even though I'm not on your team, I still admire that.
Yeah. So now let's talk about Saturday.
Yeah, on to Saturday. So what was some of the highlights from Saturday that you can remember?
Oh, so like you, I slept in on Saturday, so I didn't make it to the basketball. Okay. I got there for the end of the paper football tournament, and I saw Karate Chop win. And Saturday, you know what I loved about Saturday was the bingo, the quad box bingo.
Yes.
I just thought that was a great way. One of the big complaints that we've had was ways to be able to get extra money besides just the incentives. And I thought what Cam did there, giving us the opportunity to those who made the convention to get extra money into our bank so we can progress our player more, so we can get better. I thought it was a great opportunity for us. And personally, I got an extra $225,000 into my bank, and that's going to go a long way for week 2.
Hey, man. Share some. You can share some.
Look, I hear Arizona's got deep pockets, okay? So
we do all right. So, all right. You know, I had to ask. Sunday, last official day of the SFL convention. Of course, I have to ask, man. We was at the auction. We have an SFL auction every year. Well, we try to, at least, where people bring items, or Kim has the flags, and we all auction it off, and then, you know, the prize goes to the highest bidder.
Yep.
Why did you buy the Minneapolis?
I think you're trying to say Detroit
Maulers flag.
So originally I was just going to buy it outright just to be, I think everybody knows when I say this, I don't mean it because I actually am one, but I wanted to be that jerk to take my rival's flag. And I knew Jack was there, and I tried to do it in Las Vegas to buy Indianapolis's flag, but Harish kept on outbidding me because he wanted to get the flag to Adam and Chad.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I won't do that. I turned around, and since this is like a continuation of that rivalry, I was like, no. So I was going to buy it outright, but then it became a 3-person bidding war. Myself, Jack, and DJ Kilgannon. Halfway through, once we got up to about, I think, $100, DJ just turns to me and goes, Mickey, I'll split it with you, and then we can rip it in half. And I was like, I'm in. And that's it. So I have it right here.
My God.
Other half. Here's the other half right here. Now, I understand that this little kitty cat right here, his name is Craig. So I will feed Craig nothing.
Nothing? Damn.
Nothing. No. I already ripped off half his head, so he's getting nothing. No, it wound up being, just something funny. And I have to give Jack a lot of credit because it was like he took it with grace. He understood, like he knew that there was no like, it was competitive gameplay. It was nothing malicious personally to him or the team. Nothing to JW or anybody like that over in a Maulers organization. It's just a couple of rivals that just wanted to have some fun. Would I do it again? For the entertainment value, most likely, but I do have a heart, and I may just turn around for next year, wherever it may be, let somebody from the Detroit organization get it. Because I got a strange feeling that they're going to come in full force and have a very, very high cash wad to make sure that me and DJ can't do it again.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah. They're probably gonna buy yours too.
oh no. That I won't let happen. I will make sure I have the funds to make sure I will drop more money than we did for the SFL flags to make sure that nobody touches a Minnesota flag other than a Minnesota player or owner.
Oh, okay then.
Yep.
I'm sure that's going to be tested next year. I'm sure it is.
Look, I'll pull an Eddie Gage and just drop my credit card and be like, just add 5.
Every time.
Add 5. Just do it. Now, nobody's getting the legend flag. That one is staying with me. I even was because I have friends with Bossier City, and their Yogi was there, but
yes.
I wasn't sure if anybody else was there. I reached out to Michaela Foraker, and I said to her, I was like, do you want me to get the flag for you? And she goes, no, Yogi's getting it for Holdorf. And I was like, okay. But I would have bought the flag to send it to her. Then afterwards, she messaged me and goes, were you going to rip my flag too? I was like, no, I was actually trying to do a nice thing for you. But BCS has their flag. Everybody has the flags they want. I wound up getting everything. You know, the first time we met, Ash, I was on the Albuquerque Adams.
Yes.
And nobody from the Adams was there. So I reached out to Swole, and I even said, I bought your flag, so it's in good hands. I am not ripping that one up because that is my minor league championship team.
If I tried to bid on it, but you outbid me, so I was like, you know what, it's all right.
Yeah, well, there was a reason for it. I wanted to. It was my championship team in the minors, so I wanted to make sure that flag stayed in safe hands because I knew that the Detroit flag was not going to be in safe hands.
No worries. No worries. So overall, what would you give the letter grade that you would give for 2025 convention, Baltimore, Maryland, Hyatt Regency?
The convention itself, A+. I thought Mike Daggs, Cam, everybody involved in planning did a fantastic job keeping everybody entertained. Baltimore, Maryland, I would give a B.
Okay.
And I thought where we were was pretty much the downtown area of Baltimore. So I thought it was a great location. It's a little sketchy to walk around at night. So if you want to run up to the store that was up the street, didn't seem like the safest neighborhood.
Okay.
It was even to the point that myself and the Meerkats came back. While you guys went to one place for dinner on Sunday night, we wanted to go to a specific place to have crab legs and things like that. And when we were walking back, there were some kids that were handing out like religious flyers. And as we were walking back, we were like, no, thank you. We were kind, polite about it. They said, what, you don't care about Jesus? F you. Yeah. So I would say that it's for the nighttime, it's not the best neighborhood. If you're staying in a hotel or if you're Ubering, you're fine. But to walk around, I think it's not that safe. So that's why I give it a B. I thought the location was great during the day, very touristy, but at night, not so much. Hyatt Regency, I had some issues with my room, but so I'm going to leave that out.
Okay.
But I thought it was a beautiful hotel. The front desk staff, absolutely amazing. The bar staff, the girls behind the bar, great. The people in the market were great. So I would give the Hyatt Regency, the cost was a little high, so I'll give it an A-.
Okay.
So let's say an overall grade for all three, I'll give it an A.
Perfect.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
And while I have you, before I let you go officially, if you had to put your bid in as to where it should be next year, where would you like to see it?
Obviously, I've got one of two places I would like to see it. Obviously, I would love to go to Minnesota and have it in Minnesota, have it in Minneapolis, St. Paul area. But I think a great place, a great central location. I know what we look at is like hubs for Southwest Airlines because they're very low cost airlines for us. I think Denver is a great location.
Yeah.
It's a hub, and many airlines go into it. It's not just Southwest, but it's centralized. It's it's interlocked, so we don't have to worry about humidity like we have the past couple of years. I think Denver's a great area. Would love to see it back in Vegas, but I know that could be expensive for a lot of people. And to be honest with you, I would love to see it. And this one might be a little bit tougher because there's a lot of people that are not in the area. I would love to go up to Washington. I would love to go to the Pacific Northwest and have one. Granted, you're talking about the weather sucks up there because it rains 200 out of 365 days a year.
Oh.
But I just think it's it could be a beautiful area, and it's a little bit different. It's Houston was outside the main city of Houston, was in League City, but you still had that city atmosphere, and I would love to see that for like Seattle, going somewhere, or Washington, somewhere outside, like maybe Olympia or something like that. Denver, again, same thing. You can be, the city's so big, but you can be a little bit outside of the city, and they have, great areas. Minnesota, I don't know too well, but I'm sure the same thing. Like I know that the Meerkats are outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul, outside the Twin Cities, and it's just a gorgeous area up there. And again, I would love to go there because it's my home team. But yeah, those, if I had to pick 1, 2, and 3, Denver number 1, Minnesota number 2, and somewhere in the Pacific Northwest as my number 3 places to have the convention. Somewhere in the West Coast, so us Pacific time zone people don't have to fly so far next year.
Oh, that'd be great because that 4-hour ride was. Whew,
yeah, you had a 4-hour direct. I had a flight from Reno to Phoenix, Phoenix to Charlotte, Charlotte to New York.
Too much. But Nikki, thank you so much for your time. I know you got to get ready to go and, to do your important job with the, but it was a real pleasure to have you on the show. And please come back whenever you can. I really appreciate it.
All right, everybody, that was it. I really hope that you enjoyed the show today. As I said, I took a couple weeks off, trying to prepare for the trip, make sure that everybody was going to be good here, make sure children going to be starting school, very soon, actually next week. So I had to make sure everything was going to, align with how that was going to go. So I had to take a couple weeks off, but having this show was really good to catch up with everybody. It was great spending the whole weekend with my SFL mates, man. If you ever get a chance if you join the league and you ever get a chance to go to a convention, you should at least go to one, pick one. And I guarantee you, like Joey said, Ramos Lynn from the Mexico City Aztecs when he was here. He's from Mexico, and he came up. This is his first trip here. I think he was still traveling with Mike Daggs and his family, touring New York and everything like that. But he said that he will not miss another one, and it's totally worth it. We try to make it a great time anywhere we go. So if you do have any ideas about where you would like to see the convention next, please drop them in the convention channel, and who knows, maybe we'll be coming to a city near you. But looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, y'all. But until then, stay safe, treat each other well. For DJ, for Mickey, for Miranda, Destro, Skippy, and of course, Eddie. We are out. See y'all soon, all right? Enjoy the tunes and make sure you put your goodbyes in the chat. I'll be happy to run everything across the screen as we're closing tonight, all right? Y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time.
Piece of me, piece of my, took some time. I'm just reaping what I saw for sure. Brand new heart, that's just for me and my boss. Keep secure, 4x4, G6 3 buck on my hands. I'm no friend. Pay for keys, can't pay for saving me. In the back when the windows turn. Yeah, cause they know too much. Yeah, they know too much. Tryna come take from me. And my 40 they don't miss. They ain't even thought this far. This ain't no question, yeah. Just like I know. Made room for you. You got me off fucked up. You had no place to trust. Just like you told. Just like we roll. Now we would barely trust. Now there's no saving us. Piece of me, piece of my, took some time. I'm just reaping what I saw for sure. Brand new heart, that's just for me and my boss. Keep secure, 4x4, G6 3 buck on my hands. I'm no friend. Pay for keys, can't pay for 10. Piece of my, took some time.